Hello everyone, and welcome to another edition to Coding My Way In, the road to becoming a software engineer. My name is Israel Santana, but you can call me Izzy. And today is the second video, and today is March 9th. My first video was the second, and I just got back from the gym. I got a nice little pump, and for those that might not know what a pump means, in the gym it means, you know, when you do like push-ups or you hit the weights and you feel like this little, like your muscle swollen, that's called a pump. So if you ever guys hear me saying, oh, I just got back to the gym and I got a nice little pump, that's what it means. So I go to the gym 3 times a week. I study 5 days a week, but I go to the gym 3, which helps me keep my sanity because it's like so much you can study, right? So I use the gym to keep my mental healthy, which always goes alongside of each other. Healthy mind, healthy body. And so just in case you guys are interested on what I do in the gym, so I go 3 days a week, and the first day when I go, I do chest, I do shoulders, and I do triceps. And then on the second day, I do back and I do biceps, and then on the third day I do legs. The only thing that I add on each day that I do the same, I always do 30 minutes of cardio. I love the elliptical machine, which is the one that you get on top and you like move it like this. It's so good, and it's a complete body workout. I always do it every time I go to the gym, 30 minutes of cardio, and after I finish my sessions with the muscles that I'm exercising that day, I end up my session with 100 setups. And the way that I do it is I split it on sets of 25. So I do 25, 25, 25, and 25, and then I do the 100. And yeah, so like I told you guys before, I truly recommend, yes, it's important to study, but go out, get some air. If you can, go to the gym. If you're not able to go to the gym, do setups at home, squats, push-ups, go for a walk. I really recommend this to anyone in this journey. It's very important to keep studying a lot, but keep your physical as well up to date. So that's that. Now, the same thing that I've been doing, I told you guys that I'm currently working on my basics of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So I purchased this course, and it has 50 beginner-friendly projects, and I'm currently on number 16. So I'm really looking forward to finish all these 50 projects by before the end of the month, so I can then jump and start learning about React and learning about APIs, which ironically I'm actually getting to learning how to use APIs with these projects. And the strategy is very simple. What I'm doing, I'm not just coding along like some people. They code along and they just write line by line everything the person is doing. Yes, you can do that, but the thing is, the information is not going to hold. So what I'm doing is I'm watching what the instructor is doing, and then I'm doing the project, and I'm following along, but I'm making sure that I understand everything that he's explaining. And if there's something that I don't understand, we have this amazing tool that I'm using a lot, which is Gemini. It used to be called Bard, but if you use ChatGPT, you can also. And it's so useful. Like you can throw lines of code in it, and it would explain it for you, and it breaks it down for you, which is so cool. And for those that might not be too familiar with it, for example, let's see, let me copy and paste this, and let's say explain this code. I give the lines of code, it starts working little by little. It doesn't take long, and eventually it gives you an answer, and it breaks it down, and then you can literally take your time, read each line of code, and make sure that you actually understand what you're doing. And it's something that I recommend. It's like having a coach, like a mentor, without you having to bother somebody, because I can really understand some people that don't come from a software engineering background and they don't have nobody. It's very difficult to get information, and sometimes you don't want to bother. But Gemini is so useful in ChatGPT that you are lost with a concept, you can ask, and Bard or ChatGPT, it will never get mad at you for you asking. So use this as a tool. It was really helpful, and it's helping me a lot. It's like, again, having like a mentor helping you. Anytime I have a question, I ask Bard, and then I make sure I understand the concept. Something that I do as well, when I finish watching the lesson. So the HTML and the CSS, my advice, don't go too crazy over it. It's something that is going to come with repetition. The more you structure your HTML and your CSS, the more you will understand. The money is in the JavaScript. This is what's important. So I gotten a lot comfortable. I'm in project 16, and I'm now understanding the concepts on how to style with flex and how to justify content, align center, all these things, the box shadow and things of that nature. And it's becoming a lot easier now that I'm in project 16 to understand what is going on. So don't go too crazy trying to learn everything about CSS and HTML. Trust me, by building projects, you will get it. My main focus is, once I get to the JavaScript part, I try to do it myself, and if I get stuck, then I play the video. And then if I see that I was off, I code along, see what the person is doing, the coach or the instructor, and then I code the entire thing myself again. And I do it 2 or 3 times. So yes, the projects are small and the videos might be like 20 minutes, 15 minutes divided into 3 episodes, but it can take you a couple hours if you're doing the way that I'm doing. I do not go to the next project if I don't understand the current project that I'm in. So do not skip the process. Make sure that you understand what you're doing before you move on to the next. There are going to be concepts. They're going to be repeating and repeating, and this repetition alongside the consistency is really going to help you understand everything. I'm not a master of JavaScript, but I'm very proud of where I'm at just 1 month in. Like, I understand now the importance of a for each loop. What is the difference between a node list and an array? So things of that nature, that data attributes, template strings, like all these things that I didn't know is becoming more familiar the more projects I build. Reason why I'm so excited going along with these tutorials. I'm really learning a lot, and I'm really enjoying the material. Another thing that I recommend you guys to do, if you are able to build a project and you think you can do something to take it like to that next level, do it. Maybe change the gradient or change the colors. Make it your own, the project, because you never know if you're going to go back to that project and you might use it, which follows what I'm going to say now. I was building a project called, it's like a form, which is this. The form itself, it was like, I had a blue background, and there's nothing crazy. When you click, the letters move, and the way that it does is through using dot split, and you divide each letter, and then you give it a transition so it can do this little effect. Nothing crazy. So I decided, okay, it's just a blue background. There was nothing but blue. And you see those particles going? That was not there either. It was a very simple project. But I wanted to make it my own and take it to that next level. And I was like, you know what? It's something so simple. Let me see if I'm able to do this project, give it an extra kick. And I started looking for gradients. So you can literally type CSS gradients, and you'll find a ton of websites helping you. So this amazing background that you guys see, I didn't do it from scratch. I would have never been able to do it. But through Googling and looking for resources, I was able to find this gradient that looks beautiful from, I think this yellow goes green and then goes blue. And I wanted to add something in the background. And in the past, I've seen particles, which is this what you see in the background. Those little things moving, very cool. This is called particles, and it's something already built that you just have to insert into your project. And here's the funny thing. I've been trying to use it for some time, but every time I tried, I couldn't get it to work. And I would try it in some projects, and then I would just give up. But for some reason on this project, I tried, and I couldn't. Like for 15, 30 minutes, I'm like, okay, man, I'm taking too long on this project. Let me keep going and finishing. But the longer it went on, I kept thinking like, Israel, you have to figure this out. This is what software engineers do. So if I want to get to that point, I need to be able to do things like this. And if I know this is possible, I know this can be done. So I just got to figure it out how to do it. So I went back and tried again, and it took me like an hour, and I couldn't, like, it was getting very frustrating, but I just didn't give up. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to make sure I'm going to get this particles portion working, and I'm going to make this project look amazing. So I went to Particles. They have their own website. I went to the GitHub, and it gives you an explanation on what to do. And I started looking for YouTube videos, and it took me some time, the research, but eventually I was able to understand how it worked. So two of the things that I needed to do was I needed to download this source code, which is already built. I didn't do this, and then I needed to add this called Particles, which I also didn't build. It was already made. So what I did was follow along the tutorial, and then I finally understood, okay, I needed to add these two codes to my project, and then I make sure to add it on the HTML as a script tag. So the particles go first on top, and then the app.js goes second. And then for some reason it was not moving, and the particles they were just stuck, and I'm like, what's going on? And then, okay, it has to be something along about the style. And I remember using this in the past, and I'm like, okay, let me try this. And I went to a project that I've done in the past, and then I saw the style, and all I needed to do was add this piece of code on the style, and it gave me this effect. And when I tell you guys, I know this is something simple for people with experience, but being able to figure this out after 3 hours, it gave me such a boost of confidence, and I was like so happy, man. I was like, yes, it was like a big win for me. It took me 3 hours, but the moment that I was able to do it and make the particles thing work, I was so happy and proud of myself. So my advice for anyone, keep pushing. Don't give up. It's going to get tough, but you just have to keep going, because that's what software engineers do. They deal with problems, and they do their best to fix them. So that's my advice. Before I end the video, I have an update. I'm very excited. Tomorrow I'm going to my first coding meetup. This one is in person, and I'm really looking forward. It's called Code and Coffee, and I'm really looking forward going there tomorrow, meeting people, and yeah, I'm very excited. I want to start going to these coding meetups and get to know people, and yeah, really get in the groove and this environment of software engineering. And I think going to coding meetups is going to help me not only improve my network, but also meet like-minded individuals doing the same thing. So I'm going to go tomorrow. I'm going to bring my laptop. I'm going to bring these projects, and I'm happy that I'm going to be able to go to a coding meetup in person. And I will let you guys know next week how it goes. But see you guys next week. Thank you so much for watching. And that was basically the video. Thank you so much, and have a great day.